The three common waterborne diseases in your chapter is cholera. Cholera is basically caused by a bacteria which is known as Vibrio cholerae. Basically, it is a condition when the person feel very dehydrated. There is a muscular cramps. Okay, and in the very beginning, person suffer from the constipation, and then later on the person going to show the diarrhea. So cholera is kind of the food poisoning. It is highly poisonous, and if it is untreated, then it is fatal, means it can cause the death. And obviously you must know the causative organism for the infection cholera, that is the Vibrio cholerae, and Vibrio cholerae is a bacterium. Dysentery is basically bloody diarrhea, means loose motions with the blood, and it is basically caused by entamoeba histolytica. And the dysentery which is caused by entamoeba histolytica is amoebic dysentery. It is also called as the amoebiasis. It is mainly through the contaminated water and the soil. And if we eat that contaminated water, or sorry, if we eat that contaminated food and we take that water, then it is going to harm us. Okay, then hepatitis is basically, I tell you many times, hepatic gland is your largest gland, that is liver, and itis means inflammation, that is the swelling with the redness. And if the hepatitis A is highly infectious, obviously it is a viral infection. And B is very dangerous, it is fatal. So the person who is suffering from the hepatitis shows the yellowish coloration of in their eyes. Yellow color in the eyes is because of the increased level of the bilirubin and biliverdin, and these are the two pigments which are secreted by the liver. And for this we are going to give the hepatitis vaccine to the kid. Okay, so by maintaining the proper hygiene, we can overcome these kind of the infections, because they are mainly infectious diseases, and they are spread because of the contaminated water and the food. I hope the thing or the framework of this chapter is clear. If you are having any doubt, then you can ask me. We should breathe by nose. Okay, we should use handkerchief before sneezing. We must clean our eyes regularly. We should never share our towels or clothes with someone. We should keep our ear clean. So these are the things which are related to the personal grooming, means how we can make ourselves clean. Because if we are feeling clean, we feel fresh, and the fresh mind is going to work awesome. The next very important thing is physical exercise. We must opt some practices like yoga or any physical exercise or running to improve our blood circulation. We must take adequate amount of the sleep. Rest and sleep is actually very important for maintaining the good health. We must sleep 6 to 7 hours. Healthy habits means we should clean our bowel. Bowel is a combined state of the small as well as the large intestine, means person should clean their bowel regularly. We should avoid the smoking, tobacco chewing, any sedative. For example, some people are used to taking the pills, sleeping pills before sleep. So we should not practice these kind of the things. We should avoid the beverages like alcohol. Uh, the area where we are sitting, they must be well ventilated. Okay, so these are the things which are going to improve our blood circulation, which are going to improve our mood. And if we feel elevation in our mood, then we are going to do the best thing in our life. Then next factor is the social hygiene. uh, it is very hard fact ke, if you see the kitchen of the hotels or the dhabas or the restaurants, you are not going to eat there, because they are not maintaining the hygiene. So it is their duty to maintain the hygiene there for before serving the food. It should be free from any flies or from any vectors which are responsible for causing the diseases like cholera, diarrhea, vomiting, food poisoning, etc. Okay, water should be properly clean, germ free, it must be. And there must be a proper sewage disposal, because if sewage disposal is not proper, then it is going to clog the drainage system, and then it is going to invite the various vectors of the infection. For example, malaria is transferred by the female anopheles, as we know. The second thing which we can do is to control the vectors. Vectors are those sources or the agents which are responsible for transmitting the parasites in our body. For example, Plasmodium is the causative organism for malaria. It is a protozoa, Plasmodium, but it is transferred by the female anaphylis. So it is very difficult for us to find out the Plasmodium because it is a unicellular organism and we cannot see it with the naked eyes. So we are going to kill the vector, that is the female anaphylis. Similarly, amoebic dysentery and all these diseases are caused by the houseflies. It is a mechanical carrier. So if we control the houseflies, then obviously we are going to control these kind of the diseases. And similarly with the typhoid and all that, they are mainly through the contaminated water and all that. So if we are going to clean these things, or we are going to control these vectors, then obviously we are going to control these diseases also. The next thing that is very important is we should spray the any pesticide or insecticide to remove these kinds of the germs or to make the environment germ free. Next thing is that uh, we should control some you can say ki some chemical fertilizers which are also responsible for causing the biomagnification, that is the increased level of the toxicity in our food. And the major uh, you can say chemical which is damaging us very badly is DDT. DDT is dichlorodiaphenyl trichloroethane, and it is that chemical which is even present in the infant. It comes through the placenta of the mother. We should. Hello students, today we are going to discuss about chapter hygiene from class 9th ICSE board biology. Basically this chapter deal with the hygiene, types of the hygiene, means personal and the public hygiene, what is health, what are the impacts of not maintaining the hygiene, how we can maintain our hygiene. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about these things. First, we must understand what is health. As we know, health is defined as the physical, mental, social, spiritual well-being. Means one should be not physically impaired, as well as one should not be mentally challenged, as well as one should not be socially deprived. मतलब उसको social isolation नहीं होना चाहिए, वो socially fit होना चाहिए. As well as the fourth and the foremost thing is the spiritual well-being. We must have the conscience, uh, and as I'm talking always कि every human have the same conscience, means we know what is right and what is wrong, and we should understand our conscience or our spirituality. It can be your emotional fitness also. Okay. Now what is hygiene? Hygiene is basically a science in which we are going to perform the various activities, or we are going to practice the various things which are maintaining our hygiene. Hygiene is very important for us because it is going to improve our standard of life as well as the quality of life, and it is going to maintain our good health. Hygiene basically, you can broadly divide it into the two types. First is the personal hygiene, and the second one is the social hygiene. Personal hygiene deal with the self grooming. We should self groom ourselves. We should follow the cleanliness steps. We should brush our teeth daily. We should wear the fresh clothes daily. We should not share the undergarments or inner garments with someone. Okay, these are your personal hygiene steps. And social hygiene means when we are in any kind of the social catering services, or we are conducting any kind of the social function, so we must maintain the hygiene there. Nowadays there is a lot of trend of using that plastic cups, etc. They are going to cause the very huge amount of loss to our atmosphere. They are major cause of the pollution. Okay, so we should be aware what we are doing. Okay. So cleanliness is what? Cleanliness means how we can make ourselves clean. We should wash our hand regularly after using the loo. Okay, we should clean our hand before taking the meal, and after taking the meal we should bath regularly. Okay, we should not share innerwears with anyone, as well as handkerchiefs. Hair should be groomed properly. We should not use common comb. uh, Teeth should be brushed every day. We have